Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. My name is Don Swankert. I'm going to call the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. To my left, I have Mike Stein.
Good morning.
To my right, I have Nin Flegel, Bjorn from IT, Lisa from the auditor's office, Brittany from the press, sitting back in the press box. First up, we have visitors and citizens. Is there anybody online or in the gallery who'd like to address the board today for what's not on the agenda? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Hearing nobody, we can progress on to Jack and Lene from the Disability Services Coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning.
How we doing?
Well, we did meet last week by Zoom, which is when there's a whole bunch of people, it's kind of confusing. But anyway, because of the weather, they had everybody Zoom in. And basically, it was kind of like an organizational meeting. We really didn't do too much, but I guess they kind of selected where we would have our meetings from now on, either in Cedar County or Jones.
Yes, but I think they were leaning towards Cedar. It
Yeah,
sounded
yeah.
like they thought that would be a central point since we've got people from like Des Moines County coming, and then also people from like over by Independence and all that. So they thought that would be the most central for everybody. So that's what they're going to try to find a venue there where they can use and meet there on a regular basis. And they're talking about initially they are gonna have a meeting next month, but eventually they're gonna go to quarterly meetings. They don't feel that there's gonna be a need for that to be monthly.
Shirley Hemlicks is the chairman of the regional board, so. And we all know her, so. And I will be vice chair.
And pretty much, yeah, it was just kind of organizational stuff that they discussed. So they're still working on their name change because it still is their old name. The East Central Region is what they're working under right now. They did fill out that information and apply it to the state for the name change. It's just not official yet. They're going to be changing the name to Eastern Iowa Disability Alliance. So that's what the name will be once it goes through. And they're also working on trying to find an IT vendor to be able to service the entire area because they don't want to have to run a computer from Waterloo to Dubuque just for IT issues. They want somebody that can service the entire area.
Oh, we did talk to them about ECIA because Dylan is wonderful with computers, and so they were going to talk to them. They would like to get a contract with somebody to provide that service. So I'm sure they'll talk to ECIA, and I don't know who else they'll talk to.
And then the other things they touched on was HIPAA and
Yep.
then fiscal agent. As of right now, Lynn County is the fiscal agent. And we're gonna go ahead and they are gonna stick with them for another year. But then after that, they will open it up to any other counties.
Open it up to bids for someone else to take it over.
And Lynn will still probably put in a bid, but just to kind of see how they compare.
Is there a name attached to Lynn County for the fiscal agent?
They didn't say.
I mean, wasn't the fiscal agent otherwise here from, what was his name?
Are you talking about David Farmer
Yeah, I think so.
from Scott County?
Yeah,
So that was with the region.
yeah.
Mhm.
So now we are,
Scott County is completely out of that now.
okay,
Mhm.
and our major issues,
To me, my concern is quarterly meetings going to be enough when we're talking about gaps in service and questions about service in
That's
general? And
Don is also my concern. I
You know,
think
is-
quarterly meetings, even if they just went to every other month, that would be better than quarterly.
Mhm. Well, and we can propose different things
Yeah,
to them
sure.
to do what, I mean, maybe even quarterly in person and then Zoom on the other months, so people aren't traveling as much.
Well, it's from my perspective, and this
Correct.
is strictly from my perspective. I'm not speaking on these two. If it wasn't for you sitting in that chair right there, we would have no contact with them whatsoever.
You're right.
Yeah,
And
no, right.
at what point what is the purpose of the service? Because we are literally the county having to pay you to have access to something, and they don't even know what that is. So at what point in time is there accountability on their end to actually kind of deliver some kind of service? You know,
So, yeah, what are we really getting for services or funding or whatever it might be?
So as far as services, they have one coordinator that, she has 3 different counties. And she's in Jackson County twice a month for half a day for sure, for office hours.
that's overwhelming.
Over here?
Yes. She comes
And you
in, I
meet with
have a
her
space,
twice a month?
yes, I have a space, over
Yeah.
there where she.
And it's productive?
I've given her, a lot of people to call and try to connect with, so,
And you don't know about a follow-up with these people to call or anything like that, or what's being?
we have been able to talk as long as there's releases that have been signed and everything. So I do know that she's been able to follow up with a few of our folks. There's a couple of them that, we've been in communication with together.
Do you see a lot of major issues?
So the big thing is people don't know where to go yet.
Yeah.
And even within the DAP and the ASO and CCBHC, people aren't quite sure who's doing what. It's not, black and white, what the rules are. Initially, DAP was supposed to be more for the disability, for the brain injury, for, that population and not have anything to do with mental health. And the ASO was gonna be mental health. Well, before July 1, that did stop. And the ASO was gonna just be taking the people who were short-term mental health, and those needing long-term services were gonna be in the DAP. So the DAP is very much involved in the mental health yet, even though that was not part of what they were supposed to do. And then keep in mind, the DAP budget is very slim compared to the ASO.
Well, when they changed that, did they change the budget deal, so it's
Well,
like,
the ASO is got a fat wallet, so to speak, and
because they're supposed to be
relatively
taking
little
care
to
of more
spend it
people.
on. And the DAP has lots of expenses and,
In my opinion.
to me, it's just disappointing to hear that, and we expressed this to the legislators during the ISAC, is the fact that literally we feel like we're being cut off. If you're not a big city or
Yes.
Des Moines or something, sorry, I mean, a day, I just got a call the other day, well, you even expressed it, the workforce, trying to get seasonal layoffs and things like that. People just don't know what to go, don't know what to, can't work the website. And we used to have an office in town.
Yeah.
And now we have a computer at the library, I think.
Yeah,
And that's the amount of support we get. If you want any kind of face to face, and I expect this on the Workforce Development Board, you have to drive to Davenport or Burlington or Muscatine.
And transportation is an issue.
And it's just, it's.
And competence in using that equipment at a certain age or, and I went through this thing for the whole week, almost last week, making contacts, and I think we really got somewhere. I got a lot of thank yous and I think we got our, but these are seasonal employees. Construction workers, bridge builders, if you will, dirt working guys, other people, that are seasonal, but they want their people back.
Right.
In 2 months, but
Yeah.
it's like they can't even go out there and get funding for 2 months because it takes 2 months to get applied. And these people, I mean, I went through some channels, but I think we made a point. People went straight to the Dubuque office and take a number. We'll call you. Well, that never happens.
well, I remember when they used to have to go to the Macokota Library and the librarians got all upset because a lot of the people didn't know how to use the computer or do any of that, so.
Well, obviously,
They had to assist them.
our age can turn it
They
on, Jack, but
complained, yeah.
I mean, here's what my problem, I'm gonna see is gonna happen, that I would see it somewhere documented since we started all this. What's the trickle down effect to law enforcement?
Right. And yes, and that is, it's a very common thing to see that, you know, as there's less mental health services, less mental health care than it
We
does.
just gonna put a burden on somewhere else. You take the issue from here, you put the burden somewhere else. That's what you.
How do you expect the general public to know what to do
That's
when,
absolutely true.
when they don't even know what they're
Absolutely
doing?
true.
I mean, they're the
They're-
ones rolling this out and they said that DAP's gonna be brain injury and blah, blah, blah. And now halfway through it, they're flipping their stories. This is ridiculous and people are gonna fall through the cracks and we're gonna have major issues.
Because what they're trying to roll out now is not what the request for proposals when they were soliciting for coordinators and the ASOs and all that kind of stuff, what they initially bid. I mean, most contracts with this many changes would be null and void at some point because what you're actually having to do is not what was kind of asked of you, you know.
It's frustrating because as we sat through early childhood, they're doing the same
Yes, they are.
thing, and how confusing is that gonna be? And
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna
I
have
just
kids
can't-
going into kindergarten that have never done anything else because they're gonna have the whole system messed up.
And if they pull that completely, I mean, we always said the most important time to learn is from 0 to 5.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
if
there's
they
studies all
they
over on
get
it.
rid of that.
Yeah.
Just look at the kids who are gonna enter kindergarten with no knowledge of how to, it's crazy, absolutely crazy what the legislators are thinking of in HHS.
Yeah.
Cause this is never, at our council meetings, none of this has ever come up before our council.
Well, and if you talk to a lot of them people, they don't even know what early childhood does or what the, you know, what's involved in the mental health and,
Right.
you know, and they're making life-changing decisions.
Well, I would say keep up the good fight and we appreciate everything you're doing for our county, keeping us somewhat connected and as much as you can in 2 half days,
Right.
you know, because I mean, you can only do as much as the filter will allow you and 2 half days a month doesn't really allow you to get much through the filter. Because I mean, if they're in charge of 3 counties and each county gets 2 half days a month, that's 3 days.
So it
What
depends.
happens the other 27 days a month?
They're usually, the bigger counties get more time because they have a bigger need, because they have a bigger population.
Okay,
So, and then that's the other thing with like, when they presented this, it was supposed to be so that the small counties can have exactly what the big counties have, so that the small counties are getting equal treatment. That was kind of one of the big things that they said. The problem with that is that's not the case. That's not what's gonna happen. We have less population, so we have less of a need, which means we have less support. The less support you have, the less people even know about it and are able to utilize it. And then on top of that, with it, you know, the bigger communities, they do have more funds, so they're able to do more on top of what the ASO, the DAP, and all these other agencies can do. And they have some programs that help their people with mental illness that we're not able to do because we don't have the funding for that.
The frustrating thing though is you never know when that need is gonna be there. I mean, you never know when somebody's gonna need help.
And
And if you don't have somebody there that can coordinate or work with them to get them that help, it's gonna be a nightmare.
It's gonna go to law enforcement again. It's gonna.
so. Well, we ironed out as many wrinkles as we can, I think, in a meeting. We appreciate, like I say, we appreciate everything you're doing. Cause at least we're providing some resemblance of a service, whether it's supported at the higher levels or not. And we will continue, we'll be out there Thursday. And again in March or whatever, so we'll continue voicing our opinions up the chain, but at some point in time, they need to get this ironed out because it just seems like us rural counties are getting more and more left out in the rural area, that we're out of sight, out of mind, you know. And it's disappointing because our people pay taxes too. They should get
I
similar
honestly think
services.
that's the plan, you know, for the longer you go on, the more you quit complaining, less people will complain and then it's gone. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, half a day of service, you get a half a day of service, the other half a day is travel time, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so, but.
Nothing in life is simple anymore.
Understatement.
Huh?
An understatement there.
Amen.
Well, thank you very much for everything you're doing.
Thank you
You
guys.
betcha.
Have a good day.
You too.
It'll be warm up that weekend, so.
You can have the floor.
It has been.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, yeah, heat wave right now, right? So this morning I need a motion to approve the January 2026 board proceeding and work session minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers.
I will make that motion.
I will second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the minutes of the January 20th, 2026 meeting and work session minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $81,177.19.
Make a very refreshing.
Finally.
I will second that.
We got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants and the publication of the claim listing in the amount of $81,177.19. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the renewal of a special Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service to Codfish Hollow Barnstormers LLC at 5013 288th Avenue, Macokota, effective March 16th, 2026 through March 15th, 2027.
I would make that motion.
I would second.
We got a motion by Nin, second by Mike to approve a renewal of a special Class C retail alcohol license with outdoor service to Codfish Hollow Barnstormers LLC at 5013 288th Avenue, Macokota, effective 16 March 2026 through 15 March 2027. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Need a motion to approve the renewal of a special Class C retail alcohol license with living quarters and outdoor service to Preston Valley Golf LLC at 42998 45th Street, Preston, effective February 14th, 2026 through February 13th, 2027.
So moved.
It's second.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to approve the renewal of a special Class C retail alcohol license with living quarters and outdoor service at Preston Valley Golf LLC at 42998 45th Street, Preston, effective 14 February 2026 through 13 February 2027. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
You know that we had a conversation earlier about moving money to the capital improvement fund. So we did prepare a resolution today. So I'd like to present a motion to approve resolution number 1163-01-27-2026 for an operating transfer to transfer money from the general basic 1000 fund to the courthouse capital improvement fund, the 33,001, for $50,000 effective January 27th, 2026.
I'd make that motion.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nin, second by Mike to approve resolution 1163-01-27-2026 for the operating transfer. Transfer money from the general basic fund 1000 to courthouse capital improvement fund 33,001 for $50,000 effective 27 Jan 2026. Any other discussion?
So is there a brief explanation of what our intentions are here or what's happening?
This was just kind of this is what we set aside in the budget for capital improvement in the courthouse. This actually moves it into the capital improvement fund so we can build up to kind of replenish what I'm assuming for the air conditioner.
Goes bad.
Yeah.
The air
Well,
conditioner
like we use
bad.
the air conditioner, that type of stuff.
Basically preventive maintenance.
It is. I mean, it's kind of our,
Savings account. for the
we
courthouse.
can use that word savings account, but it is our
So it's your
catastrophic,
purpose.
it's our catastrophic in case something happens. Yes.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
At the time of the Ashley Hinson grant, we had to have money to pay those claims to get reimbursed.
Mhm.
So now that we believe, at least Shelley, I give her all the credit here, Shelley believes that all of that has been taken care of. My next resolution is a motion to approve resolution 1164-01-27-2026 for an operating transfer to return the transferred money from the FEMA EOC Hinson Grant Fund 27,002 back to the General Basic Fund 01111 for $252,196.48. So we're just replenishing what we took.
You mean 1,000?
So,
I don't, I wonder.
Cause this is general basic fund is up.
It is, yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder, I think Shelley must have got a little heavy on that.
I was like, I don't know what that
Yeah,
account
it is
is.
1,000, correct, 1,000.
so moved.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve resolution 1164-01-27-2026 for the operating transfer to return transferred money from the FEMA EOC Hinson Grant Fund 2702 to the General Basic Fund 1,000 for $252,196.48. And this is basically paying, we had to front the money,
Yep.
and this is us paying ourselves
Paying
back,
ourselves back.
paying
Yep.
ourselves back.
Yep.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, so again, I wanna just say, huge thanks to the people that worked on this thing for 2 or 3 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was really a challenge, because it was federal funding, but it really did enhance our EOC center with equipment and, that facility is top notch.
There's some sweat equity in this money.
There is. And
And I
it
would-
was there, but it's the steps of going through to get it that are agonizing, but they stuck with it, so I appreciate that.
And I would tip specifically to Lynn Meetinger for getting all the stuff ordered and stuff.
And Kelly,
And Kelly Brown from JCEA, for navigating the grant language and submissions and all that stuff to kind of help us. Without her effort, I don't know how much we would have got back.
I agree with that.
So. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
We have our budget work session hopefully today to discuss a few more budgets that need to be talked about. We do have the annual Great Island Drainage meeting this morning here at 11 o'clock. I believe that tomorrow, Nan, you have an IRIS meeting in Dubuque or by Zoom. Jackson County Emergency Management, it looks like they've moved that meeting to Springbrook, correct?
emergency medical,
Emergency medical. That's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and then you guys will be in Des Moines for the ISAC statewide supervisors meeting.
Yep.
And back at it on Tuesday of next week. So that's all that I have for the board today.
thank you.
Any updates for the board?
No, I come by the landfill this morning, not much action. They're putting their toe warmers in, but so hopefully that's still. We'll see, hopefully if it warms up a little bit, we'll see some action there.
Yeah.
Progressing, so, they are open again, they are open for small loads and cars and pickups and whatnot, so. And again, there is a drop there for recyclables. It don't cost you anything to drop the recyclables.
Make sure you get them in the container.
I did stop by the container last night in Bellevue. It was full, but there was none outside, so I appreciate that very much, people.
All right.
Early childhood, we met yesterday, basically kind of like what I stated earlier. Concerns with it going, there's stuff in the legislation and all of that, and they've been working through trying to get it all back at Des Moines and going with the kind of the same districts as what mental health did, and we're really worried because as we know, the rural community, it takes more to even outreach to them people because we're more spread out than the metropolitan areas where everybody's close. You got time and travel that involves expenses and stuff like that. So we're really kind of pushing to try to keep it as local as we can, but
Well, and it's still like the workforce too. I mean, yeah, they combine these and regionalize and they have an office and they got one in Dubuque. But if you go there, you can't get any help. So it's like, what's the purpose? And they're frustrated too. They really are. The people that work in the office because they have no backing, they have no support. So it's like, it's horrible for these people. Some of these individuals have been on these labor intensive jobs for 35, 40 years and when it comes to the wintertime and they get laid off for 2 months, they need the money.
Right.
You know, they like to collect unemployment and they deserve it. They paid in. The employees are frustrated to the point because
They're
they're
paying
paying
in,
in. Why would I pay into this if my guys can't collect? You know,
right?
they want us to work till
I'm
seven.
surprised you didn't get a little bit, they didn't get grief because Dubuque is technically not our area. We're supposed to send our people to that.
Well, you
You
know,
know,
and
so-
but if you live on the county line in Dubuque, you know, it's.
And completely understand, you know, 'cause-
Five trip there versus
But
an hour
the
and
point is,
15.
whoever walks in there is treated the same. Take
Yeah.
a number, we'll call you. Well, okay, 2 hours later, nobody called, so what's
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just.
But
it's
I did
very
get through
frustrating.
and got some, I think the way it sounded, got some things done, so I don't know.
I went to the senior board meeting, at the TWB building last week and they're thankful to all the community that is allowing them to kind of still host all of their events, but be out and about in different spots. They do have a Facebook website, so if you're wondering where the sewing club is meeting or the card club is meeting, it is posted out there of where they're meeting. They're kind of planning on, it'll probably be that way at least through December or through February,
Sure.
you know, type of deal. And we told, you know, they were like, where do we stand? I'm like, we're all waiting on insurance, as everybody knows, so. But they're very thankful that the community is allowing them to still gather, so.
we got nothing else.
I'm good. If there's no further business, I'd make a motion, we adjourn.
I'd second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to adjourn. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Have a great day, everybody.